Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. We are preparing for the final week of the regular season of Year 4 of the FSBL, and we come to you live from a rainy Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, where the Braves are trying to cling to the top wildcard spot in a jumbled situation that has seen the Dodgers creep within a game and a half and the rival METS within two. Suddenly, nothing is assured for the Braves, who have gone 5-12 on the month, including dropping the first 3 games of this 4-game set to the METS. Atlanta will ask Greg Maddux to stop the bleeding against Zack Wheeler, who has pitched great since being called up September 1st. There you see the picture. Atlanta still holding that top spot, hoping they can cling to it for 8 more days and get the home game in the wild card game. Greg Maddux, 13-11, a 3.46 earned run average, a very solid 1.25 whip. Though for Maddux, that's actually a touch high, nothing bad. But Maddux has been good, not great this year. Braves will hope he'll be great here against Jose Reyes. Starting things off, first pitch fastball is swung on and missed. Reyes batting .264.
First pitch, 135.
Lopez behind the plate for Atlanta today, sets up away. Reyes tries to bunt his way on and fouls it off. He is now in a hole, 0-2. Maddux delivers, slider down and in. One-two offering, change up, misses down and away. 2-2 the count. Maddux deals, slider again from Maddux down low. Reyes goes fishing, reels in nothing. 1 up, 1 down as Maddux whips Reyes to get us started here at Fulton County.
Number 12.
So that'll bring up Francisco Lindor. It's the very slow replay of the movement on the Maddux slider shows there. Maddux gets Reyes to go down. Here's Lindor batting .292. First pitch fastball misses down low. 20 homers, 65 RBIs for Lindor. He's riding an 8-game hitting streak. Maddux rocks and fires. Change up, misses up and away. Maddux deals again. That fastball just inside. 3-0 the count to Lindor as Carlos Beltran waits in the on-deck circle for the Mets. Swinging 3-0, Lindor hits this one deep to center. Murphy's tracking back, still going back, reels it in, a step shy of the warning track. So Lindor gets the green light, hits it a long way, but Murphy gets there for the second out. Your Mets lineup: Reyes, Lindor, and Beltran, Strawberry, Johnson, and Cespedes, Alfonso, Alonso, and Joe Ferguson. The Mets offense ranks 9th in the National League. A little bit lower than usual, and a big part of it has been this guy, Carlos Beltran. 3 straight years of 290 plus and 30 homers, batting .237 on the year. He swings first pitch against Maddux, rolls it to Andrelton Simmons, and the side is retired. Maddux gets the Mets down in order. Braves will come up in the bottom of the first. Scoreless here at Fulton County. On the mound for the Mets, Zack Wheeler. Wheeler has come up. He's done relief work since coming up out of the bullpen here for the Mets. 1-2, a 1.47 ERA. He has been slotted into the rotation to replace the struggling Noah Syndergaard. Ronald Acuna will lead it off for Atlanta. 313, 31 homers, 69 RBIs. Those 31 homers tied for 9th in the National League. Wheeler rocks and fires. First pitch fastball misses down and in. Acuna in year 3 of the FSBL mirrored real life, going down with a knee injury. This Braves offense has been bolstered this year in year 4. They've pitched well for the first 3 years of the FSBL, but their offense has been lacking. Offense helped out this year by a full season of Acuna. Dale Murphy continuing his progression to the player that fans here in Atlanta and management have expected Murphy to be. Pickup of Blue Powell in the offseason as well from the Baltimore Orioles. 2-2 here as Wheeler works to Acuna. Wheeler fires. Shot to right. Slicing away from Strawberry. They were playing Acuna heavily to pull, and that one's going to go off the wall. Acuna's already around second. He's going to hold up. So Acuna plays it cautiously. His 41st double of the year. A high arcing shot out to right. Strawberry was playing Acuna heavily to pull. I'm not sure he gets there anyway. But regardless, the leadoff man is on with the Acuna double. Here's Tommy Holmes. Fastball is in for a call and strike. 271, 18 homers, 54 RBIs. Those 18 homers a career high for Holmes. Wheeler delivers. Holmes skies this one out to right. Drifting towards the gap is Strawberry. Strawberry's got a good arm, but Acuna runs well. He's going to tag. Strawberry's throw into third, a little bit offline. It would have been a little late anyway. And Acuna stands on third, 90 feet away from giving the Braves the lead. Atlanta lineup, Acuna, Holmes, and Murphy. Berger, Powell, and Horner. Cuccinello, Lopez, and Andrelton Simmons round things out. So here's Murph. Murph ninth in the National League in RBIs with 91, batting 276, 29 homers. Murphy looking for his first 100 RBI season. Right now, the Braves have settled for him getting one here. Pitch slider in for a call and strike. Adjusts his cap, gets back on the hill. Reveals. Slider. Is outside. It's 1-1. Wheeler delivers. Murphy fouls off that fastball. So Wheeler ahead 1-2 here. Wally Berger waits on deck for Atlanta. Wheeler gets the side from Ferguson, glances at Acuna at third. Fastball inside. Murphy takes that one. 2-2 the count. Wheeler, a little pump fake over to third. Acuna just kind of smiled at him. 2-2 offering from Wheeler to Dale Murphy. Curveball fouled off. Light rain falling here in Atlanta. I think they're going to get this ball game in. 2-2 slider off the plate. It's 3-2. There you see Berger in the on-deck circle. 3-2 pitch from Wheeler. Murphy pulls it down. Murphy hit that one hard, but out in front of it. Wheeler from the set. delivers again. High fastball. Murphy fouls another one off. Good battle here between Zack Wheeler and Dale Murphy. 3-2 offering from Wheeler. Murphy, a high fly ball. That's deep to left field. Cespedes is going back. He's looking up, and that ball's out of here. Home run, Dale Murphy, his second of, a 2-0 lead, his 30th of the season. A 2-run shot, 93 RBIs on the year for Murph. And the Braves have jumped out to a 2-0 first inning lead. So a lengthy battle there, 8-pitch battle between Wheeler and Murphy. Murphy wins it, and how? Up and in. Murphy turns that one and puts it over the wall and left. Cespedes went back, but all he could do was watch it clear. 2-0 Atlanta. That'll bring up Wally Berger. Berger batting .259. Slider is in for a called strike. 34 homers, 75 RBIs on the year for Berger. And Berger skies this one to left. Cespedes, couple steps in front of the warning track, puts it away for out number 2.
Batting fifth.
Cespedes, the rookie, has had a fine year for New York. Get to him when he comes up. Here's Boo Powell, 291. 28 homers, 73 RBIs for Powell. He has been a big reason why this Atlanta offense has improved here in year 4. You see the Mets infield, outfield as well, playing Powell heavily to pull. Ground ball into the shift. Lindor picks it up on the second base side of the bag. Throws it in the dirt, but Alonso digs it out. And the side is retired. But the Braves strike first, a 2-run homer from Dale Murphy. We'll head to the top of the second here at Fulton County. Braves 2, Mets nothing. Here's Darryl Strawberry in a fine year for Darryl.
The right fielder.
Average higher than usual, 304, easily the best he's put up in the 4 years. He's 5th in the National League in OPS at .939. And Darryl, deep shot there, and the Mets cut the lead in half. A no-doubter off the bat of Darryl Strawberry. First pitch from Greg Maddux. Home run number 30 for Straw. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Strawberry unloads with an absolute no-doubt shot off of Maddux to cut the Braves' lead in half. Darryl got all of this one. Maddux knew it right off the bat, and so did everybody else. Straight away center, an absolute bomb from Darryl. 435 feet off the bat of Darryl Strawberry. So it's now a 2-1 ball game. Here's Howard Johnson. Hojo batting .255. Fastball misses up and away. 27 homers, 67 RBIs for Johnson. One pitch from Maddux. Johnson fouls it off. Remember, we did a broadcast 2 weeks ago, I guess in game time, of these two teams playing at Shea Stadium. And the Braves struck first in that game as well with a 2-0 lead. Mets came back to win that one, so they'll look to repeat that feat here. Mets going for the 4-game sweep down here in Atlanta. Change up from Maddux gets Hojo for the strikeout. Second K for Maddux. There's one away.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 52.
You see that breaking ball, curveball, changeup. Don't mind me. It's late. A little tired. Not in peak form at the moment. We'll fix that as the game goes on here. But to change up from Maddux, dives away from Hojo, who flails at it. and is set down. Here's Cespedes, the rookie, 287, 29 homers, 69 RBIs. They always like when it points out that it's a career high stat for a rookie. If anything, would be not a career high stat. Well, he's going to add to that career high homer total because Cespedes just jumped on that pitch from Maddux, and Cespedes has his 30th home run of the year. So despite the rain here in Atlanta, Fulton County may be playing like the launching pad here on this late September Sunday. As the pennant race rolls on, Cespedes goes deep, and we are deadlocked at 2. Cespedes gets all of that, so after the Dale Murphy 2-run homer, the Braves last time up, the Mets have come up here in the top of the second and hit a pair of home runs, Strawberry and Cespedes. Here's Edgardo Alfonso. Alfonso, career best, 23 home runs, though his average bit below where you used to see Fonzie at, 254. Used to seeing Alfonso around that 280 mark. Somewhere between 280 and 300. 0-2 pitch from Maddux. Off the plate, Alfonso lets it go. Bola Bear, Pete Alonso waits in the on-deck circle. Maddux trying to shake off the frustration of the pair of homers here in the top of the second. Alfonso pops this one up. This one won't have the distance. Simmons underneath it in shallow left field puts it away for the second out. Looking up into the raindrops. So 2 down. Here's Alonso. Alonso, 29 homers, 67 RBIs. Average down now to 223. Breaking ball, and Alonso cranks one deep down the left field line, but foul. The Mets almost their 3rd home run of the inning. That ball 2 feet outside the pole and left. Instead, it's a long, loud strike. Change up there. Alonso fouls that one off, and the count goes to 0-2. Maddux looking to get out of this inning without further damage. Slider there. Alonso fouls it off. Lopez sets up away. Maddux goes away with the cutter. Alonso gets a piece of it to stay alive. 0-2 pitch. And Alonso goes flailing at the slider. Maddux gets him. 3rd strikeout for Maddux. But the Mets go deep twice. Strawberry and Cespedes get to Maddux. We'll head to the bottom of the second here in Atlanta. Mets 2, Braves 2. So here's Bob Horner. Horner batting .242 on the year.
The third baseman.
22 homers, 50 RBIs. Power numbers getting back to the area where the Braves would expect Horner. And he was up around 280 for a lot of this year. He's gone cold in the second half from an average perspective. Skies this one down the left field side. Foul, long run for Cespedes, who lays out and makes the play. Oh, what a play, Yoenis Cespedes. A long way to go. This ball had plenty of hang time, and Cespedes never quit on it. Lays out on the foul territory warning track and makes the play. Terrific grab by Yoenis Cespedes for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Tony Cuccinello. Cuccinello batting .251. Cuccinello had an exceptional first half of the season. Surprising power numbers for him. 22 home runs, a career best. He had 16 of those at the All-Star break. Come back down to earth a little bit here in the second half. Cuccinello an All-Star. Fastball misses away. Again, the Braves have played very well this season until September. They just couldn't gain any ground on the Phillies, the best record in the National League. Slider there. Cuccinello swings and misses. The count goes for 1-2. But the Braves had seemed pretty safe in that first wild card spot. But that picture has now gotten a bit tenuous for Atlanta. Cuccinello swings and misses at the fastball from Wheeler. First strikeout for Wheeler. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Here's Javi Lopez. Lopez batting .238. Fastball misses up high. 16 homers, 45 RBIs for Javi. It's on the inside corner. It's 1-1. First ball inside. It looked like it almost hit Lopez. 2-1 the count. Fastball is in for a called strike. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Alfonso on the backhand makes the play, throws the first, and gets Lopez to retire the side. So clean inning there for Wheeler. We'll head to the third here in Atlanta. Mets 2, Braves 2. Ferguson, Reyes, and Lindor due up for New York. So here's Joe Ferguson, .217, 4 homers, 21 RBIs on the year. For Ferguson, the Mets, the early season injury to Todd Hundley had Ferguson and Stearns behind the plate. Ferguson has struggled. Maddux wants to know where that pitch was. Don't think he bought the explanation. That looked like a solid slider from Greg Maddux. Instead, the count goes to 1-0. Change up. This is inside. Maddux delivers Ferguson deep to left field. And that ball is out of here. Well, folks, if you were doubting it at all, the ball is flying out of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium here on this rainy Sunday. Ferguson's 5th home run of the year. He homered the last Mets Braves broadcast as well. So Joe Ferguson, in what's been a down season for him, feasting on Braves pitching, goes yard here. The Mets 3 solo homers off of Greg Maddux, and it's 3-2 New York. Ferguson puts that one into the seats in left. So here's Reyes. Reyes, 0 for 1. Squares the punt, drops it down on the line. That's a beauty. And Horner is just going to have to put that one in his pocket. Bunt base hit for Jose Reyes. Nobody out and Reyes on. Here's Lindor. Lindor is 0 for 1. First pitch from Maddux, misses outside. Lindor swung on a 3-0 pitch his first time up. Sent Dale Murphy back to the warning track, but Murphy reeled it in.
Nope, that's a ball.
Change up down low. They call this place the launching pad for a reason, and we have seen 4 home runs already in this ball game, and maybe 5. Oh my goodness! Francisco Lindor tees off, and Greg Maddux is struggling mightily here in a huge spot. The Mets homer twice in the second, twice in the third, 4 solo homers, and the Mets have a 4-2 lead. And Maddux is beside himself on the mound. The Mets coming through with the big hits, and this is not I guess because it's not Turner Field. If this was Turner Field, we had the Braves playing in Turner Field, this surely wouldn't happen because the Mets could never do anything in September at Turner Field.
Up next for the
Two-run shot, 5-2 New York. Got the Rays was on there. I think I mistakenly said it was 4-2. 5-2 Mets. Got to see if there's going to be bullpen action for the Braves soon. Here's Beltran. Dale Murphy, a two-run shot for Atlanta. 4 home runs for the Mets in the first 3 innings. No torpedo bats required. 0-2 pitch from Maddux. Beltran grounds it to second. Cuccinello has it. Throws to first. There's one away. And it's been a miserable season for Beltran. First 3 years of the FSBL, Beltran hit over 290 and hit 30 home runs. He's batting 235 now this season. Here's Strawberry. Strawberry went yard his first time up. An absolute blast that made it a 2-1 ball game to dead center field. Skied. Foul ground down the left side. Falls harmlessly for strike 1. Slider there, stays away. Strawberry fouls it off, and the count goes to 0-2. Maddux delivers. Strawberry goes reaching, hits it right into the shift. Simmons is there. Throws to first, there's 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Howard.
So that'll bring up Howard Johnson. Johnson struck out his first time up. Feels like it's been either strikeout or home run for the Mets so far to this point. Slider misses away. You can see Maddux has felt like he's been squeezed a little bit here at times in this one. Maddux delivers. In there for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Next rocks and fires. Johnson skies it to right. Acuna's there. Puts it away. And the side is retired, but the Mets strike for 3. Another pair of homers. Joe Ferguson and Francisco Lindor go deep. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 5-2 New York. So here is Andrelton Simmons. Simmons banged 277, a home run, 16 RBI.
Number 19.
We're going to lead it off against Zack Wheeler, who now can work with the lead. Crowd here in Atlanta trying to get the Braves on track. What has been a miserable September for Atlanta. 5-12. Simmons ropes this one to left. That's a base hit. Kicked around a little bit by Cespedes, but he keeps it in front of him. Andrelton Simmons starts off the bottom of the third with a line drive single to left. So that'll turn the order over. Here's Acuna. He doubled his first time up. Opposite field shot off the wall and right. Wheeler delivers. Fastball at the knees for strike 1. Crowd here in Atlanta booing as much because Maddux has made that pitch a couple of times and Maddux hasn't gotten that same call. Oh, 1 pitch from Wheeler. Acuna fouls it off. Wheeler ahead of Acuna 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's ball up and in. From the set. Deliver. Slider misses away. Doing 2 the count. Simmons on first. Wheeler delivers to Acuna. Fastball down and in, and the count goes full. Tommy Holmes waits on deck for Atlanta. Raining here in Atlanta, but a light rain. Expect to get this ball game in. 3-2 pitch from Wheeler. Fastball misses down low for ball 4. So the Braves have the first 2-man on here in the bottom of the 3rd. Simmons single and Acuna walk. Here's Tommy Holmes. Holmes 270 on the year. He has hit 240 on the road, but 296 here at Fulton County. Wheeler perhaps dealing with a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of this 3rd inning. First pitch fastball misses up high. Wheeler goes the slab from the stretch. A quick little peek at Simmons and delivers. Holmes smashes a base hit into center field. Simmons will come around 3rd. He's going to score. Acuna will hold at 2nd. And the Braves cut into the deficit. It's now a 5-3 ball game. So Tommy Holmes wraps a single up the middle. We finally have a run that was not the product of a homer in this one. Here's Dale Murphy. Murphy provided the first homer, a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 1st. Slider misses down low. Now 30 home runs on the season, 93 RBIs for Dale Murphy. Slider misses inside. Two and 0 the count. Here as Wheeler works to Murphy. Here's the pitch. Murphy chops this one to 2nd. Not hit that hard. Alfonso is only going to be able to go to 1st for the out. The runners will move up. Alfonso had to charge that one, and he stepped in front of Acuna. Didn't have an opportunity to tag him. I'm sorry, that was Holmes going 1st and 2nd. Didn't have an opportunity to tag him once he had gotten past him. So the runners move up. That essentially ends up being the same thing as a sacrifice. Here's Berger. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Fastball misses up and in. Appreciate you tuning in on this late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, depending where in the country you are. One-0 pitch from Wheeler. Curveball misses down and in. Two-0 pitch from Wheeler. Slider misses down low. It's 3-0. Booth Powell waits on deck. Wheeler fighting it here in the 3rd. Pitch to Berger. Berger lines it into left field. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to score 1. Here comes the 2nd run. Cespedes' throw home is not in time, and we are tied at 5. 2-run single for Wally Berger. And the Braves have come back with 3 here in the third to tie this one up at 5. We got the makings of a wild one here at Fulton County. So here's Boog Powell, still only 1 out. Berger on first. Fastball misses up and away. Powell grounded out his first time up. Wheeler from the set. Delivers. Ball's fouled off. One and one the count. Wheeler delivers. Powell lashes this one the other way. That's going to get down. That's a fair ball. Cespedes cuts it off. Runner going to third. Good throw from Cespedes, but not in time. Berger is in at third. Powell holds at first. But runners on the corners for the Braves, who continue to smack Zack Wheeler around here in the bottom of the third. Throw comes into Hojo, but Berger gets in. Here's Bob Horner. Horner is 0 for 1. Third ball misses down and in. Horner flew out his first time up. Wheeler delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. 1 and 1 the count to Horner. Wheeler kind of trying to shake some water off the bill of his cap. I'm going to try to avoid any kind of a rain delay here. Certainly trying to make sure they get this game in. Final week of the season, you're going to get a little bit more latitude in terms of the weather. 1-1 breaking ball. Horner hits that one hard but foul. 1 and 2 the count. Wheeler delivers. Fastball misses up high. Two and 2. Wheeler delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Down goes Horner. A big second out there. Second strikeout from Wheeler. There's 2 away.
Number 15.
Big strikeout there from Zack Wheeler. Now, here's Tony Cuccinella. 5-5. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Slider swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Cuccinella 0 for 11 in this series. Mets have taken the first 3 games of this 4-game set in Atlanta. Fastball rides inside. It's 1-1. Wheeler delivers. Slider down and away. Two and 1 the count. Wheeler deals. Cuccinella put this one out to left. Cespedes range is over. He gets there, and the side is retired. Nice play there by Cespedes, but the Braves put up a 3 spot. We've got the makings of a slugfest a third of the way through here in Atlanta. Mets and Braves tied at 5. So Maddux, who has certainly not been sharp, gets to start the 4th inning. Here's Cespedes, who took him deep his first time up. Ground ball in the hole. Simmons, diving stop. Nice play. Simmons to his feet, throws the first, and he gets him. Terrific play from Andrelton Simmons to rob Yoenis Cespedes of a base hit. And there's 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Beautifully done by Andrelton Simmons. So one away, here's Alfonso. He's open. Fastball right down the middle. Alfonso popped out his first time. Delivers. Alfonso skies it to center, but Murphy is underneath. Puts it away. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 4th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Here's Pete Alonso. Alonso struck out his first time. Gets a sign from Lopez. First pitch slider misses inside. Fastball misses low, so Maddux behind Alonso 2-0 here. Alonso tries to wipe the bat dry a little bit. Next winds and delivers. Fastball just off the corner. It's 3-0. Joe Ferguson waits on deck. Maddux steals that one to ball strike. Maddux looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Change up there, misses down low. So a 2-out walk to Alonso. That'll bring up Ferguson. Ferguson hit his 5th home run of the season, his first time. The ball's been flying out of here. Slider from Maddux. Swung on a miss. Good change up there from Maddux. Ferguson swings over the top of it. It's 0-2. Maddux from the set. Delivers. Ferguson fouls off the basket. Cutter there down low. Ferguson swings and misses, and the side is retired. So the Mets go down. Maddux works around the 2-out walk to Alonso. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Mets 5, Braves 5 at Fulton County. So Zack Wheeler will stay in as well. For the Mets, despite his struggle, Braves putting up the 3 spot in the 3rd. Here's Javi Lopez. Lopez 0 for 1. Wheeler rocks and delivers. Ball misses down low. One-0 pitch. Swung on a miss. You can see the rain falling at a pretty steady pace here. In Atlanta, the finale of this 4-game set. Chopped over Wheeler. Off the back end of the mound. Tough play for Lindor, but Lopez does not run well, and Lindor throws him out for out number 1. So Lopez chopped that one over the head of Zack Wheeler. It hit the back end of the mound, stayed low, but Lindor makes the play. Here's Simmons. Simmons singled and scored his first time. There's a shot out to right. Strawberry drifts to the gap, puts it away, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Ronald.
So here's Ronald Acuna. Acuna, a walk, a double. He has scored both times. He's been up in this one. Fastball in for a called strike. Slider misses down and away. It's 1-1. You're trying to dry things off as best you can. Wheeler deals. Acuna yanks this one hard, but foul. Acuna crushed that one. 1-2. Fastball up and in. Acuna fouls it off. Wheeler deals. Fastball down low. 2-2 the count. Wheeler delivers again. Slider off the plate. Wheeler wants to know where that one was. It did seem like it was outside. Full count offering as Wheeler works to Acuna. Smack past a diving Alonso and into right field. So Acuna, his second hit of the game to right.
The left fielder, number 2.
Alonso practically by second base off the bag. Acuna ropes it to the right-hand side. 113 and change off the bat. 2-out single for Acuna. Here's Tommy Holmes. Holmes is 1 for 2. Fastball for called strike. Oh, and 1 to count. Fastball. Oh, don't know where that one was. That one looked like a pretty clear strike. Wheeler doesn't get the call. 1-1 pitch. Pitch out. Acuna is not going. Two and 1 to count. Fastball's fouled off. Two and 2 the count. Wheeler deals. Fastball up and in. Dale Murphy waits on deck. He's already got a 2-run homer in this one for Atlanta. Three-2 offering, and Holmes swings and misses at the fastball out of the zone to end the inning. So Wheeler works around the 2-out single from Acuna. We'll head to the 5th here in Atlanta. Mets 5, Braves 5. Here's Jose Reyes. He's 1 for 2. He had a bunt single his last time.
Jose Reyes.
Maddux delivers. Fastball is called strike. Reyes tied for 3rd in the National League in stolen bases. Change up. This is down low. It's 1-1. Goes for another bunt and drops another good one, but this one will roll foul. 1-2 the count. Maddux delivers. Two-seamer fouled off by Maddux. And the count will hold. Up, down, and in. Two and 2 the count. Down in the dirt. Change up fools Reyes badly. Lopez digs it out. pitch strikeout for Maddux. There's one away here in the top of the fifth. Here's Lindor. Lindor, a 2-run homer back in the third. That one's out towards the gap in right center. That's going to get down. Acuna cuts it off. Lindor will hold with the base hit. So a 1-out single for Lindor. That'll bring up Carlos Beltran. Beltran is 0 for 2. Good. Change up on the outside corner. Oh, and 1 to count. Down in the dirt, blocked by Lopez. One and 1. Fastball misses up high. There's a shot foul down the left field side. Two and 2 the count as Maddux works to Beltran with Lindor on first. Beltran fouls that one off. That's from the set. Fastball up and in. The count goes full. Darryl Strawberry waits on deck. 3-2 pitch. You see him fouled off. That might have been ball 4. Maddux delivers. Beltran slashes it through the hole for a base hit. Lindor will hold at second, but the Mets have 2 men on here in the top of the fifth. So here's Strawberry. Strawberry's 1 for 2. We've not seen bullpen action yet for Atlanta. Changeup misses down and away. Strawberry went deep in the second. Darryl shot an absolute no doubter to straightaway center. High fly ball. This one's hit pretty well as well. Acuna drifting back, still going back at the wall, makes the play as he hits the wall. Terrific grab from Ronald Acuna. Lindor will tag up and go to third, but Acuna ranges way into the gap here and reels in the shot from Strawberry as he hits the wall. Terrific job by Ronald Acuna to save a run, maybe 2, and take an extra base hit away from Strawberry. So now 2 down, runners at the corners. Here's Howard Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 2. He takes the first pitch changeup to strike 1. Maddux from the set. Slider fools Johnson badly. He's ahead of him 0-2. Here's the pitch. Johnson pops it up. On the infield, Cuccinello waiting for it to come down. He's got it. And the side is retired. So Maddux works around the trouble. He gets out of it. Midway through. Heading to the bottom of 5. Tied at 5 here in Atlanta. Here's Dale Murphy. Murphy 1 for 2. Murphy 2-run shot in the bottom of the first. Zack Wheeler, 76 pitches through 4. Fastball there, it's a called strike. Wheeler delivers curveball there, chopped out towards second. Alfonso charging, flips to first, and they get him 1 away. Nice play there by Alfonso on a chopper that wasn't hit particularly hard. Here's Wally Berger. Berger 1 for 2. He had a 2-run single his last time. Tied this game at 5. Pops this one up. Out onto the grass in center. Alfonso is there, puts it away for the second out.
Up next for Atlanta, the first baseman.
So 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th. That'll bring up Boog Powell. Powell is 1 for 2. He singled back in the 3rd. Wheeler deal. Fastball is in for a call strike. Powell acquired in the deal that sent Mike Remlinger to the Orioles. Remlinger, a terrific season for Baltimore this year. Orioles, remember, got out to a red-hot start in April, then kind of went in the tank the rest of the way. Slider misses inside. The American League side of the ledger is set as far as the 5 teams. Really all that's up in the air now is whether the Tigers, who have blown the division lead, they now trail the Twins by 3 games. We'll have the last game of that series as our next broadcast tomorrow. But who wins the Central? Who's the wild card team that happens? The Yankees, Red Sox, and A's are all locked in. The A's is the 1 seed, Yankees is the 2 seed. Red Sox as the wild card. It is not a set conclusion as of yet that the Red Sox will host the wild card game, but they do have a couple game advantage there. Shot here by Powell into the shift, diving stop by Lindor on the second base side to take a hit away from Boog Powell. And the side is retired. Terrific glove work from Francisco Lindor. On the second base side with the shift on against Powell. Lindor takes a hit away. We head to the 6th, tied at 5. Here's Cespedes. Cespedes hit a solo home run back in the 2nd.
Number 52.
Maddux will stay in to open up the 6th inning. Gotta think the leash is short at this point. Somebody is throwing in the Mets bullpen. I'm not sure who as of yet. Cespedes puts this one out to right. Acuna retreats, but he's got it lined up. Puts it away for out number 1.
The batter, number 13, second baseman, Edgardo.
So that'll bring up Alfonso. Fonzie is 0 for 2. He is flown out and popped out. Slider misses down and in. Pat Jarvis and Kerry Lightenberg, a pair of right-handers throwing in the pen for Atlanta. Maddux deals. Fastball inside. 2-0 the count. That one is popped. Foul down the right field line. Acuna giving chase, but he's not going to get there. That ball just doesn't have enough hang time. Two-one offer. Fastball at the knees. 2-2 the count. Maddux deals. Fastball at the knees, strike 3. That one looked low. Alfonso is not happy about that. Maddux gets the call. 6th strikeout for Maddux. That one certainly seemed low. Got the corner, got the black. It just looked low. But regardless, Alfonso is done. Here's Alonso. Maddux got away with one there. Straight 90-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle, but Alonso skies it to right. Acuna puts it away. And the side is retired. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The uniform glitch pops up. Bob Horner, Cuccinello, and Javi Lopez due up for Atlanta.
Your attention, please. Now,
So that's going to be it
New York Mets.
for Zack Wheeler. Pete Falcone will come on. Falcone 6-5, a 4.22 earned run average in 49 appearances. Falcone was expected to just kind of be up for a little while earlier on in the season.
The third baseman.
Bob Apodaca had gone on the injured list. Falcone came up to take his spot and pitched low enough to stick around. Curveball here to Horner, misses down low. Al Leiter has started throwing in the bullpen as the lefty along with Bob Apodaca. Curve from Falcone, misses down low. 2-0 the count. Ground ball to short, right at Lindor. Gobbles it up, throws to first, and Horner is retired.
Number 15.
So one away, who's Cuccinello? Cuccinello 0 for 2. He is now 0 for 12 in this series. The ball misses down and in. Breaking ball there. Cuccinello out in front, fouls it off. One and one the count. Cuccinello puts this one out in the left center. That's going to be extra bases. Cuccinello puts it in the gap. Beltran cuts it off. But that's going to be a one-out double for Tony Cuccinello. Here in the bottom of the sixth, 31st double of the season for Cuccinello. Now here's Javi Lopez. Lopez is 0 for 2. Falcone checks Cuccinello. Knuckle curve, misses outside to Javi. As Dwayne March joins us. How are you, Dwayne? President Braves fan. He's hoping his Braves can hold on to that playoff spot. That one's down the left field line. Hooking, but fair. Just inside the line. Cespedes has a hard time fielding it down in the corner. Cuccinello's going to score. Runner will hold at second, but it's an RBI one-out double for Javi Lopez, his 16th double of the season, and the Braves take the lead. It's 6-5 Atlanta. Cespedes tried to field it before it got to the wall there and kind of got his feet tangled along the base of the wall. So now, here's Andrelton Simmons. Simmons is 1 for 2. Simmons slashes that one foul. Manos, love those 83 home uniforms. Yes, the Braves have a couple of good uniforms. I always like the Braves blue uniforms, the road ones. I like those 70s. I have the Braves wear that uniform a lot when I do a Braves stream if they're at home. The ones, they're like these, but they've got the dark blue sleeves. That's a cool looking uniform too. This one's line to left. Cespedes makes the play on the liner. Nice play there by Cespedes. Got a lot of work out there in left field in this one. So here's Acuna. Acuna 2 for 2. A single, a double, a pair of runs scored. A little bit surprised they've leaned on Falcone so heavily against this right-handed lineup. Curveball is in for a called strike. Oh, and 1 to count. Lopez on second. Acuna fouls it off. Mets have been playing Acuna heavily to pull, and he's got a pair of hits to right field so far. Yes, he was. Falcone was a Brave for a while. Curveball misses down and in. Yeah, I mentioned, I think it was right before you got on here, Falcone kind of came up as a reliever. Bob Apodaca had gotten injured. It was a short-term injury. Falcone came up, but he figured it was going to be a short stay. But Falcone pitched well enough to stick around, and he's appeared in like 50 games for them over the course of the season. 2-2 the count. Here as Falcone works to Acuna. Down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Joe Ferguson. And the count goes full. Tommy Holmes waits on deck for the Bravos. Falcone deals. And Acuna pulls that one foul. Full count offering. Falcone deals. Acuna hits this one hard, but foul. Gets out in front of it. We'll do it over again. Another 3-2 pitch coming. Good battle here from Falcone and Acuna. Falcone trying to keep this a one-run game. 3-2 pitch. And he misses with the knuckle curve for ball 4, down and away. So Acuna works out the walk. First and second, 2 outs. Here's Tommy Holmes. Holmes hit an RBI single earlier. He also scored. This Wayne knows looks like it's a rainy night in Georgia. Yes, it is. Haven't had a delay, though. Slash down to third on a line, but right at Johnson, who picks it before it hits the dirt. And the side is retired, but Javi Lopez with an RBI double breaks the 5-5 tie. We head to the 7th. Braves 6, Mets 5. So Maddox's day is done. Terry Lightenberg will come on. 5-4, a 4.14 ERA in 66 appearances. Obviously not a good start from Maddux, but given the fact that he looked like he wasn't going to get much beyond the 3rd inning in this one, Maddux gutted and grinded his way to get through 6 here for him. Again, the Mets, 4 home runs, the ball flying out of Fulton County, at least early in this one. Dale Murphy, of course, had that 2-run shot for the Braves to get their scoring start. But Maddux off his game, but he was able to kind of right the ship a bit after the miserable start. Keep the Braves in it and give them 6 in it. Maddux would tell you it was a horrible start. And certainly by his standard it was. He certainly could have been out of this game well before giving them 6. Ferguson singles to left to open up the top of the 7th for the Mets. Here's Reyes. Reyes is 1 for 3. Slider from Lightenberg misses down low. This game was 5-5 after 3. Hope he might be in store for an 11-10 kind of game. Fastball there from Lightenberg misses down low. Those games, of course, known to happen on occasion at the launching pad here at Fulton County. Lightenberg deals. Ground ball up the middle. Simmons makes the pick. Flips to Cuccinello on to first. Reyes beats it out. Oh, I thought that might be a double play. Reyes gets down that line very well, though. But this is a nice pick by Simmons. Awkward hop off the mound. Simmons catches it and flips it to Cuccinello in one motion. Just a terrific play by Andrelton Simmons. 1 out, Reyes on first. Here's Lindor. He's 2 for 3 with a homer. Slider misses inside. Wayne gives his kudos to Andrelton Simmons. Simmons made a terrific play earlier as well to rob Yoenis Cespedes of a base hit. Simmons is the reigning National League Gold Glove winner. One and 0 the count. Lightenberg working to Lindor. Splitter in there at the knees for strike 1 as Jeff Hunter joins us. How are you, Jeff? Good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well with you, sir. Throw over. Reyes dives back in. Again, it's been a miserable September for these Braves. 5-13. Mets have taken the first 3 games of this 4-game series after taking 2 of 3 a week ago in New York. The Braves also were swept by the Phillies earlier this month. So it's been a rough month in the division for Atlanta. But they do still hold the home field advantage for the wild card. Nice pick by Horner. Tough play. Throws the first and gets Lindor. That's a high, tough hop going towards the bag. Lindor runs well. But Horner snared it, got rid of it quickly. 2 away. Reyes moves up to second. Here's Carlos Beltran. Beltran is 1 for 3. Check after this pitch. Beltran's a switch hitter here. Splitter there. Strike at the knees. Just want to check the Braves bullpen. We do have Newcomb ready. He has faced 3. All right, we're going to pretend that was thrown by Newcomb. They really should go to the lefty here, especially with Hojo up next, and Johnson is worse against lefties too. So I should have made that switch before the at bat.
Your attention, please.
Correct that mistake and bring in Newcomb here. 1-3, a 3.63 earned run average in 23 appearances for Sean Newcomb. Did the Braves take the TP down to get more fans? Never take down the TP. That should be a bumper stick or something. Changeup is in there, and it's 0-2 to Beltran. Again, Beltran has had a miserable season for the Mets after 3 terrific ones. Fastball off the plate. Not going to walk Beltran here, though. Given that Strawberry, the Mets' best hitter, is on deck. Beltran rips that one, though, but foul. Newcomb hung a curveball there, and Beltran almost made him pay dearly for it. Reyes on second will score on basically any hit. At the knees, strike 3 called. Beltran goes down looking. Newcomb whiffs him to get out of the 7th. Reyes is stranded at second. We head to the bottom of 7. Newcomb pumped up. The Braves fans pumped up as well. They lead at 6-5. Part of the order, here's Dale Murphy. Murphy, a 2-run blast in the first. His 30th home run of the season. 93 RBIs from her. We got to check this out. I'm not sure if Falcone should still be in here. The Mets have bullpen guys. Oh, yeah. I don't think Falcone is somebody you push to a second inning, especially when you've got some depth out there. Righty, lefty, Murphy and Berger is who you got to deal with here. Bob Apodaca.
Your attention, please.
Should be the guy. Apodaca 4-2, a 4.41 ERA. Not a great season for Apodaca. 76 appearances, though. Again, this Mets bullpen killed them for the first half of the season. Other than Feliciano and Orozco, this Mets bullpen was pretty much universally awful in the first half of the season. 1-0 here as Apodaca works to Murphy. That one's at the knees for strike 1. Sinker misses down and in. I don't think it had anything to do with playing the Dodgers. Well, if nothing changes from now to the end of the regular season, Braves will play the Dodgers in the wild card game for the second time in 4 years. Murphy grounds out to second. Alfonso throws him out. There's one away. So here's Wally Berger. Berger had the big 2-run single that tied this game at 5 back in the 3rd. And he rips this one to center. That's a base hit. Falls in front of Beltran. So Berger hits that one right on the screws. It's a 1-out single.
Now back, first baseman,
Berger was all over that pitch from Bob Apodaca. So now here's Boog Powell. Powell is 1 for 3. Powell tries to hold up. They say he did. One offering from Apodaca. Sinker. Swung on and missed by Powell. 1-1 the count. That one misses down and away. Two and one the count as Apodaca works to Powell. Another sinker, another one misses down low. Bob Horner waits on deck. 3-1 the count. Apodaca sinker, that looked like a good pitch. He does not get the call. Misses down and in. So now here's Horner, 0 for 3. Horner grounded out his last time up. Sinker misses down and away. Braves would love to see first half Bob Horner here. Horner, a terrific first half of this season, has cooled off in the second half. He's kind of been streaky all year. Jeff Hunter says he squeezed him. Yes, absolutely. That pitch from Apodaca looked good. Slider there, misses inside. So now Apodaca up against it. First and second, only one out. 3-0 the count to Horner here. Cuccinello waits on deck. 3-0 pitch. Horner taking all the way. Slider in for a strike. 3-1. Apodaca delivers. Oh, and that slider, that might be a makeup call there. That one looked down and in, but they give Apodaca the corner, and now the count goes full. 3-2 pitch, misses outside for ball 4. So Horner draws the walk. Bases loaded, one out. Now we're going to go take a look at this from both sides. Cuccinello 1 for 3, a double and a run scored. All right, so let's see. First of all, we're going to look at this from the Mets perspective. Still got righties up. J. So Mark Grissom actually. So has been really good this year, despite not being that well rated. So has had a good year. And again, we kind of go by ratings. So we'll go to the mound because it gets So a little more warm up. Got to know that a lefty is probably going to come in here, possibly pinch hit for Cuccinello. But So is going to come in regardless. So J. So 2-1, a 2.40 earned run average in 12 appearances this year. We'll get the nod here for the Mets out of the bullpen. Now let's see for the Braves. Don't really have anybody who can really play second. Which is fine. Cuccinello's had a solid enough season that I don't mind letting Cuccinello hit for himself here. Let's see if there was a better move to be made. So bases loaded, one out. Bottom of the 7th. 6-5 Braves looking for more. First pitch to Cuccinello misses down low. Again, Cuccinello, a terrific first half of the season. He's come back down to earth a bit in the second. So delivers. Cuccinello fouls it off. One and one the count. Braves would love some insurance here. Cuccinello rips it into left. That's a base hit. Runners had to hold to see if Johnson would snare the liner, but it's an RBI single for Tony Cuccinello. And the Braves get the insurance run they wanted. It's 7-5 Atlanta. Curveball there from Jay So. It stays up in the zone a bit, and Cuccinello lines it in the left. So now here's Javi Lopez. Lopez had the go-ahead RBI double his last time up. First pitch fastball misses inside. It doesn't seem like, you'd think that this is still a negative. The Braves would have dropped 3 or 4 in this series, even if they win this series finale. But it'd be a huge win for Atlanta just to give them a little bit of breathing room heading into the final 6 games of the season for that top wild card spot. The Dodgers and these Mets both nipping at their heels. Heading into September, that first wild card spot going to these Braves seemed like kind of a foregone conclusion. And it's not worked out that way. 1-2 the count as Sale works to Lopez. Javi takes the fastball down low. It's 2-2. Checks the runners. Delivers. Ground ball up the middle. Lindor dives. Great play by Lindor. Flip to Alfonso on the first, but the throw pulls Alonso off the bag. Lopez is safe. Another run is in. It's 8-5 Atlanta. Terrific play by Francisco Lindor here to save a 2-run single up the middle. He flips to Alfonso with Cuccinello bearing down on him. And especially in the rain here, that may have had something to do with it, but the relay to Alonso pulls him off the bag. Lopez safe at first. It's 8-5 Atlanta. Here's Andrelton Simmons. Simmons is 1 for 3. Looking for a chance to blow this one open. Fastball misses away. Game was 5-5 after 3 innings. Greg Maddux, after the terrible start, settled things in a bit, got them through 6. Sky to right, Strawberry is there. Makes the grab, and the side is retired. But the Braves pick up a couple. They extend the lead. We head to the top of the 8th in the rain in Atlanta at the launching pad. It's 8-5 Braves. So here's Darryl in the second. Strawberry did this to Greg Maddux. An absolute bomb from Strawberry. Maddux knew that one right off the bat. This thing should have had a stewardess on it. A no-doubter off the bat of Strawberry. Sean Newcomb will stay in to start the 8th. The only lefty in this Braves bullpen. And he gives up a leadoff single to Strawberry. So Darryl opens up the top of the 8th with an opposite field base hit.
The third baseman, Howard Johnson.
Switch hitter Howard Johnson will move to his weaker right-hand side here against Sean Newcomb. Ojo pulls that fastball. It looked like he went to opposite field. Oh, he pulled that one down, but he sliced it down. 0-1 the count. Newcomb delivers. Changeup misses down and away. Closer Craig Kimbrell is up and throwing, as is Steve Bedrosian. Braves are not going to mess around trying to close this one out. Slider from Newcomb is in. The count's 1-2. Ojo would be tough to double up. He runs well. Instead, he'll strike him out. Curveball there. Johnson swings and misses. There's one away here in the top of the 8th. Nice breaking ball here from Sean Newcomb. So down goes Hojo. Let's see here. Cespedes, now you got all righties, I think, coming up. Let's see who else. And the Braves bullpen hasn't been very good either. Camp has been all right. Bedrosian has not had a good year, though. But you got 3 righties coming up. Actually, Cespedes has reverse split. Cespedes works against lefties. I'm actually going to let Newcomb pitch to Cespedes here because of that. And Newcomb is throwing well as well. So we're going to let Newcomb go after Cespedes. Ground ball in the hole, base hit. So Cespedes chops one through the hole into left, 2 men on, and the Mets will get the tying run of the plate here in the top of the 8th. And that will be the end of Sean Newcomb. So rather than the platoon, they went lefty-righty there. Oh, and the game did it for me. I didn't even have to do it. So Steve Bedrosian will come on. Bedrosian 1-1, a 4.66 ERA. For Bedrosian in 23 appearances. Bedrock missed a little time earlier on this year. Not at Bedrosian's best work so far this season, but they're going to call on him in a big spot here. Slider misses down and away. Bedrock works to Alfonso. Fonzie is 0 for 3. Two on, 1 out. Alfonso, the tying run at the plate. Fastball misses up high. It's 2-0. Rosen checks the runner and delivers. That one is a slider in for a called strike. 2-1 offering. Alfonso fooled there. Started his swing, held up, but it's a called strike anyway, and Bedrosian has worked it back to 2-2. On the inside corner, strike 3. Bedrosian slips a fastball past Alfonso, a huge strikeout for Steve Bedrosian, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Alfonso looking on the outer half, I believe. Bedrosian comes inside with the fastball and freezes it. So now it's Pete Alonso. Alonso, the tying run at the plate. Alonso has hit for power this year, not much average, down at 223. Big cut there at the first pitch, fastball from Bedrosian for strike 1. Alonso 0 for 2. He's also walked. Bedrosian glances at the runners. Good slider there, fools Alonso. And Bedrosian is ahead of him 0-2. Biggest outing of the season here for Bedrock. 0-2 pitch. Slider there. Alonso gets a piece and fouls it off. Bedrosian deals. Fastball down and in. 45,875 here at Fulton County in the rain for this one. 1-2 pitch. Alonso tries to hold up. They ring him up. Strikeout for Bedrosian. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bedrock to get through the 8th. We head to the bottom half here at Fulton County. Braves 8, Mets 5. Bedrosian, a stellar job out of the Atlanta bullpen. So got himself into some trouble, so we're going to get So out of this game for the Mets. Righty, lefty, righty. So you're probably going righty out of the head here. Well, Acuna is actually much worse against lefties than Holmes, than Murphy. All right, we're going to actually go to Leiter here. So Al Leiter will come out of the bullpen for the Mets. 3-9, a 4.36 ERA. Leiter, primarily a starter during the season here for New York. He has been replaced in the rotation by the man who started today, Zack Wheeler. Leiter facing Acuna. Acuna fouls off the first pitch. Huge work by Steve Bedrosian in the top of the 8th. Fastball. Ooh, tough non-call there. Leiter doesn't love it. Skip Lockwood still throwing out in the Mets bullpen. Bigger Craig Kimbrell will come on to throw the 9th for Atlanta. Acuna fouls it off. It's 1-2. Leiter deals. Fastball swung on and missed. Ties up Acuna. Leiter strikes out the first man he faces. One away here in the bottom of the 8th. So that'll bring up Tommy Holmes. Holmes is 1 for 4. Fastball. This is up and away. One 0 pitch. Holmes fouls it up. One offering. Ground ball to second. Alfonso is there. Throws the first, and there's 2 away. Joe Ferguson, then the top of the order, due up for the Mets in the top of the 9th. Here's Dale Murphy. Murphy, a 2-run jack back in the first, started the scoring in this one. 5 home runs for these two teams in the first 3 innings. Murphy lines this one to left, but Cespedes is there. Puts it away, and the side is retired. So good work by Al Leiter out of the Mets bullpen. We head to the top of the 9th. Braves looking to close this one out. Craig Kimbrell will make his way in from the bullpen. Atlanta up 8-5. Kimbrell on the year, 0-2, 41 saves in 45 opportunities, a 2.83 earned run average for Kimbrell. Ferguson, I know, has a home run in this game, but he's had a terrible year. I still think the Mets would probably pinch hit for him, although they do not have a lefty. The Mets don't have a lefty pinch hitter on the bench. Man, the Mets bench is really weak. Holy cow. And Morgan has like 9 at-bats. So they'll be thrown by that 545. Gilkey's done a decent job. Actually going to let Bernard Gilkey pinch hit to Joe Ferguson. And I know Ferguson has a home run, but he's had a really rough season. So Bernard Gilkey will try to get things started in the 9th. 278, 7 homers on the year for Gilkey. Reyes and Lindor will follow. First pitch fastball from Kimbrell. Gilkey pulls it down. Oh, 1 offer. Knuckle curve misses inside. One and 1 the count. Kimbrell deals. Fastball misses up high. Two and 1. Kimbrell deals. High fly ball to left, but Holmes is there. Puts it away for out number 1. So Kimbrell retires the first man to face him. Here's Jose Reyes. Reyes is 1 for 4, single and a run scored. Kimbrell looks in, gets the sign from Javi Lopez. First pitch fastball is a ball strike. Crowd here in Atlanta begging for the closeout here. Trying to get a little bit more breathing room for Atlanta in that wild card race. Fastball up and out of the zone. Reyes chases badly, and the count goes to 0-2. Kimbrell deals. Full curve rides inside. Reyes pulls it down. Stares in, delivers. Reyes slaps it on the ground. Tough play for Simmons on the backhand. Good quick release. Throws the first. Reyes is out. The Mets are down to their final out.
Now batting, number 12.
So that'll bring up Francisco Lindor, 2 for 4, a single and a 2-run homer. Lindor will try to get a 2-out rally started here for New York. Carlos Beltran waits on deck. Fastball at the knees for strike 1. Ground ball down to first. Powell has it, steps on the bag himself. The ball game is over. And the Braves pick up the victory 8-5 in the series finale. Big win here for Atlanta. Again, it just lets them build up a little bit of a cushion. Couple games over the, probably 2.5 over the Dodgers. 3 over the Mets. The Braves still hold that first wild card game, the home field advantage for the wild card game, with only 6 games remaining in the season. Mets doing their part. Again, they took 3 of 4 here in Atlanta. No easy task. But at the moment, the Mets are on the outside looking in, and now the Mets are probably going to have their attention a little bit more turned to the Dodgers. We're only a half game ahead of them, entering play today for that second wild card spot. So Maddux, despite the struggles, gets the win in this one. Maddux, 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 runs allowed. The Mets hit 4 homers over 2 innings in the second and third. But Maddux was able to right that ship, get them through 6, and get the win. Pete Falcone takes the loss for New York. Craig Kimbrell picks up his 42nd save. Dale Murphy gets player of the game honors for that 2-run homer. I think you probably have to consider, I mean, Berger went 2 for 4 and drove in a pair as well. He had the tying hit in the third, but that was back in the third. You could give it to Javi Lopez. Lopez broke the tie in the 6th. Honestly, I mean, the game would never do it, but you could give it to Bedrosian. Bedrosian's relief work in the 8th was hugely clutch for the Braves. But who cares about player of the game, Frank? So, your final line score: Braves 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Mets 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. As Dwayne notes in the chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's a big difference between 3 and a loss and 1. Yeah, absolutely, especially going into the last week of the season. So the Braves can, that's not done yet, but the Braves can certainly breathe a little bit. So appreciate you guys joining me. Jeff, Dwayne, appreciate you guys popping into the chat. Always good to see both of you. Next game we'll have tomorrow night, probably, depending on how early I get out of work. And we will have Twins and Tigers as the Tigers try to claw their way back after having lost the division lead in the AL Central to the surging, ridiculously hot Minnesota Twins. Until then, bang that like button if you haven't, subscribe if you haven't as of yet, and most importantly, be good to each other. We'll talk soon. The Braves take down the Mets 8-5 in Atlanta.